Yes. In the last class, we have discussed about what are all the prerequisites needed to do any coding in a Spring framework. In a Spring framework. Okay. So as part of that, we have seen what are the project we are going to do it. What is the project also? What we are going to do? That also we have seen. Like simple project we are going to see. And that simple project only first, since it is a basic, that simple project only we are going to convert into Spring Boot. Like that simple project is wish message provider or anything provider.java. This is the one file, and this is the one file. Sorry, you all able to see my screen, right? This is a one class. Then next class is this is a, and next is test class. Main test dot generate, like that I will write it test.java, and application hyphen context dot xml, like this. Why this application hyphen context dot xml? To make a normal classes as a Spring Beans, we need a application hyphen context dot xml. So for this one, what are all the prerequisites? We already seen it. Like what are the IDs we need? We need a STS IDE. We need a STS IDE, Spring Tool Suite or IntelliJ or Eclipse. Eclipse. And we need a Java 17 or Java 21 or something. I'm just here using Java 1.8. This one. Then once you create a Maven project, this is a Maven, just create a file, new Maven project. Like that you can create it. Simple create Maven project. Give a group ID, artifact ID version. Group ID is the just group ID is a just a reverse of a company name. Artifact ID will be a application name, and version will be something. So why this group ID, artifact ID version? If you want to use this project dependency in different project, in other different project, then then easily you can take that dependency, add to that eom.xml, then use it directly. Whatever the services it is providing, use it directly. Clear my point? Sir, clear my point. Mithun, Monica, you're able to follow me, right? Yes, like this. Then yesterday, as part of that, in the last class, yes, sir. As part of that, yesterday we already created a packages. Com dot we already created a projects. Com dot tech dot configuration, com dot tech dot service, com dot tech dot test test. So first I will first we are going to work with the Spring, right? We are going to work with the Spring. Spring is built on a Java. So related uh, Java related jars is already present. Libraries are already present. See, JRE system library. All the Java related libraries already present in this application. But Spring related libraries are not present. Spring related libraries are not still present. So to add that Spring related libraries, we need to add those Spring related libraries in a in a corresponding file, in a pom.xml. We need to add. What is the pom.xml? Sorry, plain object model. Pom.xml means plain object model. Here we need to add the dependencies. we need to add all the dependencies. So what are all the Spring related dependencies? We need to add it. First, the dependency which we need to add is, first one is Spring hyphen context. Spring hyphen context. No need to remember this one. Don't remember as of now. This example I'm just telling you to differentiate to how is Spring evaluated from Spring. If you know how Spring Boot is evaluated, then you will feel you will feel very confident whenever any interviewer asking the differences between the Spring and Spring Boot. That is why I'm just explaining this one. So to work with this one, we need a dependencies. Sir, these dependencies from where we need to get it? You can get it from the MVN repository. Just to type in the Google Spring hyphen context dependency. Just write like this: Spring context dependency. See, MVN repository is a, so Maven repository is a third party central repository. Third party central repository with a free of cost. You will get all the jars. The free of cost, all the jars will get it. See, Spring 6.6.1.14 is there. Spring 6.1.13 is there. 6.1.12, 1.11, like this it is there. Then like this, you can take it. So then Gradle, Maven. I told you, right? There are two build. There are two build tools are there. One is Maven, another one is Gradle. Both are build tools only. Some, sir, which one is the best or which one is the most of the companies using? Yes, it's based on the company, sir. Company wish. Some companies are using Maven, some companies are using Gradle. Both are build tools only. Both will give the project structure like this only. Clear my point? So since sir, every time we will do the Maven projects only, no, no. We again will do the Gradle project practices as well. So initially, we will do the practice with the Maven. Thereafter, after Spring Boot Data JP or Spring Boot MVC or REST, then we will move to Gradle tool. There, we will create it. Same thing, new, create Gradle, others Gradle. See, create a Gradle project. This one will support, STS will support for both Gradle and Maven. So here I'm just doing a Maven. That's it. So take a dependency, just click it. See, click copy to the clipboard. Take this dependency and come to pom.xml of this project and then add it, add it, add it. Perfect, perfect. Then among that one, what are again needed? What are all the dependencies needed? If you need, see, this is a Spring context we already added. Then, sorry, Spring context, it's already been added. Where is that one? Yes, this is. Then next one is take it from Spring context support. If you want, you can directly see Spring context support. You can directly search in a Google saying, I want Spring context support dependency. Dependency. Just Maven repository. This is a this is the most used central repository. But after Spring Boot has introduced, very less people are using this one because in a Spring Boot, there itself we have a provision to add a jars. You no need to go to Google and you no need to search in a Spring Boot. Inbuilt jars will come in a Spring Boot. I will show you. You will feel you will heavy you will feel like anything when I show you the exact differences between the Spring and Spring Boot. Then here you just add take anything or take only one version if you want. All are only one version, you can take it, no problem. 6.1.0 also you can take it. Spring context support also completed. Then after that, what all you needed? Spring core we haven't added. Spring context we added. Spring context support we added. Just go here, and again, if you want, you can here itself, you can search Spring hyphen core. Sir, if I am going fast, or if you are not able to catch me, just ping in the chat or hold me at that moment itself. I'm taking 1.6.1.0. Yes. Just to just click it, copy it to clipboard, then take it and bring it to, sorry, yes. So bring it, and Spring Core as well we have added. Then, sorry, I have added clearly here what to do. Step by step, I added this document I have shared you. File, new Maven project. See, step by step, I have added group ID. Generally, it would be a company name, but in reverse, like com.infi.app, like this. See, project structure as well, I have added. Okay, you can easily do it. Then I'm just taking Spring hyphen beans as well. Spring hyphen beans, you can take it. Spring hyphen beans. Spring hyphen beans. Search it. Just take it. 6.1.10. Then like this. And place here. Place here. So see, whenever I'm just observe here, whenever I'm just placing and whenever I'm pressing Control S, here some process is going on. Observe carefully. Why that process? That means at that moment our application is downloading the jars from the Maven repository. Same like that, in a real time, your jars will be downloaded from the your repository like JFrog or any artifactory. Like next, Spring expression, same thing, same thing. This and all. Observe carefully now. I will just take this one Spring expression. Otherwise, I will take it from here itself. I don't want to bring it from there. Yes, I will take it from here. Yes. Yes. Then like this. See, I'm going to press a Control S. One process will start here. See, downloaded, completed. So that means downloading it from the repository. But all this dependency should be there inside a root folder called dependencies. Dependencies. There is a root folder called dependencies. All this should be there in a dependencies folder. Dependencies, not should be there in a dependencies, like this. See, sir. See here, observe carefully. Why so silent, everyone? Not even any chat box. Please be interactive, sir. If you be interactive, then it would be in there, it would be recorded in your mind. 70 to 80% of subject should come here only. Then if you go and learn that document again, then 100% subject should come. So that is my intention. So you should enclose entire dependency inside a dependencies tag, dependencies tag. So then Control S. Perfect. If you want to update, go to right click Maven update project. If you want force update, forcefully you can update it. No problem. No problem. So we have added all the whatever the dependencies we need. So see here, earlier JRE system library only there, but now see here Maven dependencies folder also came. So whatever the dependencies we have added in a pom.xml, that means plain object model. So all the dependencies are present now here. See here, we have added first Spring context we added. Then after Spring context support we added. Then after Spring core we have added. Then after Spring expression we have added. Right? Observe carefully. Sir, this we haven't added now. Then how it came, sir? Dependencies of dependent jars will be there na. So for that it has downloaded. Due to that it has downloaded. Clear my point. Clear my point. So sir, what it will be, what these jars will contain, sir. So if you open any jar and if you can see, all these jars will contain the Spring source code, sir. Source code. How Rod Johnson has developed entire this code using this source code. That entire things will be there here. See, collection factory. He has written collection factory. All these things are there. So these many people are authors. These many people has done. All these things will be there. Entire, I told you right, Spring is an open source, lightweight. Remember, open source, lightweight. What is non-invasive dependency injection based Java framework, which is used to develop a distributed web applications, right? Like this. Flexible, yes, flexible. See, sir, whatever the dependencies you have added here, all the dependencies came here. Here, it's there, here. So that means all the jars came to class path. All the jars came to class path. So now, now, now you can do any operation. Now I just want to add a test class. That main class I want to add it. Wish message provider. Wish, sir, full stack students. Right click on the package. You want to write a class in this package now. com.tech.service. Right click on that package. New class. You already created a package. See here, package created class. You want to add a public static void main. What is public static void main? It's a main method. You want to add it now, you just select it. That's it. You no need to write explicitly. You want to add a super class now? Yes, sir. That's perfect. You want to add a super class now? You can write it here. Whatever the super class you want to write it. By default, it is written in what? What is the super class for all the Java classes?
Object class.
Yes. Since object class is a super class for all the classes, so by default it is there. You want to implement any interface, you can add it here. So callable interface or runnable interface you want to write yes, like this. You no need to write implements like that. You no need to do all these things. So automatic. You want that class to be publica? Yes. So since we won't, for a top level class, private and protected is not applicable. That's why it's only public is you are able to see. Only public you are able to see. Private protected no. So I'm just writing here. Wish message provider. Clear my point, sir? Yes. This wish message provider. Sir, how I need to provide a wish message? How I need to provide a message? So based on some logic. That means I need to get a date, right? Date private. I'm doing date class. Date date date. Sir, date is there in which package? Java.util package. Yes, based on time, Java.util package. I need to import that util package, right? If you are working with any package, remember, guys, whenever we are working with the arrays class, we just imported java.util.arrays or java.util.star. If you write a, sir, very important question. This is also very important in interview question. If you write this one, java.util.star, what does it mean? If I write like java.util.arrays,
Sir, star means explicit input. Sir.
star means explicit
Explicit
input.
input.
Perfect. Exactly, sir. Perfect, sir. This one, sir,
Implicit input.
implicit.
Sir.
Implicit. That means we are importing only this class alone. This class alone we are importing it. Which one is best is this is the one best one, sir. Why? Because only whatever classes we need Those many classes only we are importing it. Unnecessarily we are not importing any other classes. So that so that code also will be very readable and also effective. Clear my point? You should not use this one. It's not like you should not use, but it's not recommended. Not recommended. So just see here, if I just hover my cursor here, it is giving some suggestions. So date class is present in two packages, java.sql package, java.util package. So I want java.util package. Yes, I just see here, see here. You no need to, you no need to, sir, here, you no need to write explicitly. But whereas in a core Java, remember, we have written explicitly import java.util.date like that. Clear my point? Yes. Then then I'm just writing a one method, sir. Any one method I'm just writing. Okay, it's let's say void method return type only. If you needed string also you can take it, no problem. I'm just taking void. Void, I'm just taking void return message or wish message. Get wish message. Get wish message. Like this, I'm just taking it. Like this, I'm just taking it. Yes, yes, sir. That is also a control shift O directly. You don't need to, you don't need to hover it also. Control shift O is the shortcut to import it. But but since some of the people are new to STS, so like core Java, this and all, we won't work in a STS. We will work in a directly in a uh, notepad only. So that's why I'm just telling them work with the slowly over it. That's it. Later they can learn it. Yes. Public void get message. Public is a access specifier or modifier, return type, message method name. Yes. Now what I'm trying to do is get a dot, get hours. I'm just trying to get the hours. Now this one. Yes. Sir, I will teach you the Eclipse shortcuts. How to get the Eclipse shortcuts. See here you just written like this. Control to L, local variable, it only assigned it. You no need to write as well. I will teach you. Don't worry. Eclipse shortcuts. I have a lot of shortcuts like this. Int hours is equals to date dot get hours. Get hours method is deprecated. That's why you are getting cross mark. Even though deprecated, you can use it, no problem. But just to inform, they have telling deprecated. Now, what I want to do is if hours, what I want to do is, sir, if hours is less than 12, sir, 24 hours, right? 24 hours based on. If hours is less than, sir, here, full stack guys, sir, here you no need to write system dot out dot println like that. You just write a sysout control space. It only will come. How good it is, right? But please do not come to Eclipse at this moment itself. We'll come to Eclipse at the multi-threading and collections time. Okay. So system.out.println. So if the time is less than the 12 p.m., what we need to shit, yes, morning need to do it. Then else if you don't need to write entire thing also. Control space, else if no need to do anything. Controls else if like this, else if condition. Write a condition here. See, I haven't written the this curly braces as well. Entire curly braces also it. And if I am doing any wrong, if I'm not writing any wrong, here itself auto compilation it's happening. Here itself it is telling, hey, Karthik, there is a wrong like that. See here, line number 15. You're able to see, right? Some red mark is coming. So if you are writing any mistake, the auto compilations are this one. Eclipse. Now hours is greater than 12 p.m. and hours is less than 16. Then again what happened? Sys out, sys out. System dot out dot println. System is a class. Go to here. See here. System is a class, and inside a system we have a property called out property. Out property of return type is print stream. Inside this print stream object class, so we have a println method, print method. All methods are there. See, println is there. Print method is there. All there. Println is also there. See here. This is there. This is there. Then here, good morning, this one, good afternoon, good afternoon. You can add it. Else if it's a simple core Java question, this one is. It's not, I'm not at all using a spring here. Then hours is greater than the 16, 4 p.m. Then hours is less than a 22. Then what to do? Sys out, sys out. Then, then right. Good evening, good evening. Then if not else, if either of all these three is not true, then final one. Sir, you're able to hear me or follow me? You're able to follow me or still I'm just teaching myself? Yes, good night. Yes, sir. You can write good night or something. You can write your own messages, no issues. Like so, this is a simple core Java question. Core Java, core Java. I just written. I just written here. Here, tell me which class is a target class and which class is a dependent class. Which class is a target class and which class is a dependent class. Which class has a which class? Which message provider class is have a has a date class? Right or wrong? Date is a class, sir. Go and check.
Yes, sir.
Yes. This date class and wish message provider class, both classes are in has a relationship, you can say simply. No, sir. Date class is not a target class. Target class is wish message provider class, and the date class is dependent class. For example, here, if you write a like this, sir, class. Remember the core Java class employee. Okay, private int emp id, private string ename. Okay, ename and private address. So here employee class is having a employee ID, employee name, along with employee class is having a address reference type as well. This address is a another class. Address is a another class which is a dependent class. Address is a another class which is a dependent class, like private int aid, then private string something address pin code you can give like this. That means here which class is a dependent class and which class is a target class?
Employee is a
So
target class, sir.
exactly, sir. So employee is a target class and address is a dependent class because employee has a address. These two classes are in has a relationship. Has a relationship. The two relationships are there. Has a relationship and is a relationship. Is a relationship means inheritance. Remember inheritance. Yes. Has a relationship. This is a so whatever we discuss now that is in has a relationship. Clear my point? So now tell me what is a target class? Which message provider is a target class? Date is a date class is a dependent class. Date is a dependent class. Yes, both classes we have created. Both classes we have. Sir, to call this message, to call this method, get a this message method, what to do? How to call? This is a non-static method. Simple core Java only tell me. This is a non-static method. So we
using
definitely to
object.
call this method, yes, we need to create an object for this one. But as per the Spring rules, we should not create any object. We should not create any object as per the Spring. So what to do? Who will create an object for this one? Container only will create it. So yes, I was a container. So how to how to tell container to create this one is the process of making this as a Spring Bean. Making this as a Spring Bean. How to make this as a Spring Bean? You can use a annotation at the rate annotations you can use. But in a XML, how to do that? You need to write in a configure in a XML file. Now I just want to take it as a file, that is application hyphen context dot XML file. Sir, I'm just telling the XML format, not annotations. Once it is completed, I'll go to the XML. Sir, go and don't dare to write manually. Go and get it from the docs. Don't dare to write this XML schema. Definitely, if you try to write it, wrong mistakes will happen. Don't try to write it explicitly. Just search in a type in a Google and get it. Type in a Google and get it like this, like this. And here you just write. You just take this one, anything. I will give it to you. This entire thing I will give it to you. Bean definition. I'm doing it. Yes. I'm just double click on it. This is not class. So remember, how do we made it? How do we made Amazon class as a Spring Bean? Fully qualified name we have na com dot tech dot sorry tech dot next com dot tech dot. What is the package, sir? What is the package? Com dot tech dot service. Sorry, here only. Com dot tech dot service dot wish message dot java. Wish message provider dot java. Like this, you can like this. Bean ID, your wish. Whatever the bean ID, just give a bean ID as a WMP, wish message provider. You can give it. You can give it. You can give it. I will tell you this one. What is this? What is this? I will tell you. Let's as of now comment it. One bean completed. Now create another bean as well. Create another bean as well. Sir, why another bean, sir? Sir, see here on a data object we are calling a get hours method. Right? Yes, perfectly. But we need to create a data object, or we need to create a, if you want to use local data as well, you need to create it, right? So this one as well you need to do it. So D something you can write it. Then tech service, you can, that date class is in present which package, sir? Which package? Java
Java.language.
dot utils, sir. No, not language.
It
Java dot util dot date. You see here, Java dot util dot date package, you can write it. Yes, yes. If you want, make a bean id as a anything date, you can write it. Bean id, it's your wish. If you want, only write uh small date. If you want, you can write pd something, you can write it. Now remove this one. Now tell me, my I have one question here. So I just made a target class as a Spring Bean. Which message provider has made it as a Spring Bean? And I have made dependent this class also date class also a spring bean. Now tell me here which class is a target? This is a target class. Which is this is a dependent class. So what IOC container can do? It will inject the dependent class to target class, right? It will inject the dependent class to target class. But how it will inject it? How it will inject it? So we need to explicitly inform that to inject. We need to explicit that we need to explicitly tell to container saying, hey container, please include it like that. Please include please uh, please inject it like that. We need to explicitly tell to that one. We need to explicitly tell. How to do that is this is the one. This is the one like this. I will explain you what is this. See, sir, why here only we are writing it? Why can't here we can write it? Sir, you want to inject a date class to the wish message provider class or wish message provider class to the date class? You want to inject, you want container to be inject date class to the wish message provider. Why? Because here wish message provider class is a target class and date class is a dependent class. So that's why I want a date class to be injected to the wish message provider class. So to do that, that is why I'm just writing here. I'm just writing here. Sir, property name. Yes, how to do that is there is a tag property name. What is the property name? So what is the name of the date class reference we have took here? Date we took it. Same here also we need to property name also same we need to give it. And ref is what? Ref is what? DT. Sorry, not DT. Here ref is bean ID of the dependent class. PD. Bean ID of the dependent class. PD. PD. That means first whenever a container comes now, whenever a container comes now, container will create an object for this both wish message provider and java.util.date, and it will put a internal cache with the bean IDs. This one with the bean IDs it will put it. Okay. So once it puts the it named the bean IDs, it has a reference with the bean IDs. Then it will try to inject same dependent class to the target class with the bean ID. If you are mentioning a wrong bean ID which is not present, then immediately container will throw a exception saying bean not found exception, because with this PD 2334 there is no bean present. There is no spring bean present. With this bean ID there is no bean present. See, no, in an entire YAML file no present. So only present is PD. Only present is PD. That means container will understand, oh, I need to inject the object which has a bean ID PD to the date class. That means I need to set to this one. I need to inject to this one. To inject, it needs a setter method. It needs a setter method. Setter method. So how to generate a setter method? Select it, right click, source, source. Just generate setter and getter methods. Select all, then write only select setters. Then we want remove the getter method. I don't want getter method. Control S. Yes. So if I write like this, I'm telling you this step again. If I'm write like this, also we can use Lambda. Yes, sir. We can use the Lambda API. We can use the Lambda API. So if you just sir audible,
Yes.
Am I audible, guys? Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, I can hear.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So whenever you just whenever you just write like this, what container can understand is there is a bean ID called there is a object with a bean ID, this one PD. That bean ID I need to inject to the reference which is there in the this class using a setter method. Using a setter method like that it will be. So in a core Java, how you used to do? Here you need to create an object. Here you need to create an object like this. New date, then on that date you need to call this one like this. But here, so this creation, object creation will take care by container only. Container only will create a object to this date and container only will inject to this one using a setter method. Using a setter method, it only will do. It only will call internally setter method. Okay. Now to test it, just right click, new class, new class. I'm just writing a method. Message generator, letter test. Then I need here main method. I need here main method. That's why I'm selecting it. Public static void main. Sir, you can write a main method. Can I write like this main method? Can I write like this main method? Any issue if I write like this? Sir, anyone? Sir, if answer wrong also no
Yes, sir.
problem, sir. I will correct. I will correct it now.
We can write. We can write,
Yes,
sir.
we can write it. Yes, we can write it. No problem. No problem. We can write it. We can interchange the access specifiers. Okay. Public static void main. You can do it. So now my first intention is I want to create a container. I have to create a container. So just I'm just writing comments. In the comments, I'm just writing create a container. Create a container. Create a container. How can we create a container? How can we create a container? How many types of containers are there? Two types of containers are there. Application context container and bean factory container. So I'm going to use a application context container. I told you right, Spring is a lightweight because we can easily create a object for a container using application context container. See, application context, it is a interface. See, when I'm just writing, import is all automatically coming. Application context container, CTX is equals to new class path application context container. New class path application context container. Sir, what is this, sir? Here you have written this one, but here you have written class path application XML application context. Sir, you can, this is an interface. This is a implementation class. What is this concept? What is this concept in core Java? No, not inheritance, sir. Sir, this is an interface. Interface reference we are using to create a implementation class object. What is the concept?
Anonymous inner class.
No, it's not not wrong. Interface reference we are using to create a implementation class, or we can say parent reference we are using to create a subclass object. Polymorphism. This is a polymorphism concept. Polymorphism concept, sir. See, parent reference we are using to create a child object. Remember, polymorphism. One
Yes, sir.
task, one task can do in many different forms. Is a concept of polymorphism. So if we go and check here, let's click F4. See, there is a application context container is there. Application context container. Application context container. See, application context container. Implementing that application context container. This and all there. So these many classes. See here. Application context container is an interface. So interface extends interface or interface implements interface. Interface extends another
Extends
interface.
interface.
Yes. See here application context. So application context. So this is a sub interface. Sub interface. Then implementing abstract application context is implementing this one. Then sub child classes, all the child classes. See. So this is a class path XML application context is a fourth or fifth generation of application context container. Fourth or sixth, fifth generation of application context container. Clear my point? Sir, clear? See, if you want to see the hierarchy, you can just press F4. F4. You can just press the F4 concept. You can just press F4 like this. Okay, sir. So like this. So I'm just creating a container, but from where container will take and from where container can uh, can how
The voice is breaking, sir.
delta voice is breaking. Sir, is it okay now? Yes. Is that okay now? Sir, is that okay now? Or still same? Yes. So give the fully qualified src/r. You can give a qualified name. Yes, okay now. Yes, sir. Com slash text slash. So what is the fully qualified name, sir? You can right click on it. You can directly take a copy qualified name. Just right here, right? That's it. Yeah. And slash configuration application hyphen hyphen context dot xml, not underscore. Right? If you're giving a wrong name, then it will cut. It will give wrong, saying wrong. Then if you give like this, container only will go into that. Container only will load this file. If you give like this, container only will load this file. Once the container is created, then it only will create an object. Why it's my screen got stuck? Oh my god. It's stuck. Yes, I'm again sharing. Is that okay now? Is that okay now, sir? No. No, sir. I don't know why. I don't know why. I do have a internet. Karthik, is that okay now, sir? Karthik, you are able.
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Now it's fine. I'm just moving my
Yes,
cursor.
sir.
That
Yes,
moving
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
yes. Yes, perfect, sir. Now, if I just made my classes as a Spring Beans in this configuration file, and this configuration file I'm just handovering to the container. Then container will create a object. So once the container is created object, that objects we need to get it right. That so container will create a object for this class, and this class also container will create it. I need to get the object for this class because I need to call this method, right? To call this method I need to get the object for this one. So how to get it is, how to get that is, we have a we have a get the wish message message provider class object class object by submitting the by submitting the bean id. Submit the bean id like same as a dmart. Submit the bean id and get submit the by submitting the bean id. So we know what is the bean id. We know what it is a bean id. CTX, I'm just calling CTX. This is the reference. Get bean id. Get bean or get bean id. So what is the bean id we have given? For this one, what is the bean id we have given? Double NP we have given. So I'm just taking this double NP. I'm just writing here. Okay, I'm writing here. So, sir, today it will return the double NP object. Tomorrow, another object it will return. Tomorrow, another object it will return. That means this get bean ID return type should be object or not, because all the classes are child classes of object class only. So that is why this get bean method return type is object. Return type is object. Now I'm just writing object. I'm just hitting control to L. See here, it is returning a object. It is returning a object. But our class is, we need a class for wish message provider. That means what to do? We need to do downcasting, not typecasting. We need to do in the typecasting. Down. We need to downcasting. We need to do the downcasting. It is returning object class, but we need to downcasting it to wish message provider like this. So I'm just doing a typecast. Sir, we already completed typecast. Like this, I'm writing it. Now, see sir, now by submitting the wish message provider class bean ID, we got the object. Now try to call the get wish message get wish message method. Call it. How to call it? You got a object here. You got a object. Then bean dot, yes sir, perfect sir. Bean dot get wish message. Then that's it. Completed. Now you just try to run it. Right click on it. Run it. Right click. Sir, pressures. Right click. Run as Java application. See sir, what is a message we got it? What is the message we got it? Good evening we got it. Why we got a good evening? Sir, get message return method type is void, so that's why it is not returning it. Good evening we got it. Sir, now tell me, in this entire process except the container object, did I created any class object? Did I created any one single class object? No, I haven't created any class object. I haven't created a message provider class object. I have. So to work with, you need to create a string object. String S is equals to new string, like that. To work the string builders, you need to create a string builder. SB is equals to new string builder, like that. But here, did I created any object anywhere out of all these things? No. Then who are creating it, sir? Who is creating, sir? Who is creating, sir, means container and creating. Sir, you want me to prove that it is creating, either it is creating an object or not? Let's print the what, whether to know object is created or not, what to do? How to check?
Hash
How
code
to check
methods.
whether, yes, how to check whether the object is created or not? Hash code. Hash code method which is present in a which package, which class?
Object
Object
class.
class. Yes. Just do it now, run it. Now it, run it. Same. See, see, object created or not created? Since the object is created, hash code is written. Hash code is the unique code for every object. Every object. Sir, still I am not able to believe it, sir. Just try to print the runtime class object, runtime of the class. How to print a runtime class name? How to print a runtime class name, sir?
Get class dot get name.
Yes,
Get
get a
class
class
dot
dot
get
get
names.
name. Yes, can do it. Still, you want to know this is a hash code. For which class hash code you want? Which class hash code you want to know now? Yes, there is a method called get class method is present in a java dot lang dot object class. Get class method is present in object class. Then you can get it like run as Java application. Now see, sir. Now you can tell good evening. First it is returning it. Then after it is returning the hash code. This is because of this it is returning hash code. Then after the runtime class of this hash code, it is returning it. What is the runtime class? Wish message provider. That means container is creating an object for wish message provider or not. So like this, you need to do it, sir. I haven't even created a single object anywhere. So this is the one. This is a simple one. If you go to Spring Boot, tomorrow we'll do the Spring Boot. If you go to Spring Boot, this entire thing I will directly delete it. Directly I will delete this entire thing. I don't want XML. You will feel very bit easy when I convert this entire thing into Spring Boot. So tomorrow, first we will see the flow. First we will see the flow. I just added the flow here, I guess. Yes, since our application is standalone application, main always flow starts from the main method. Yes, always flow starts from the main method. Then IOC container is created. IOC container is created. Once the IOC container is created, our application, sir, IOC or application context container both same. I will tell you small differences that I will tell you. So container is created. Once the container is created, it will load the configuration file. It will load this configuration file. It will go to this configuration file. So it will go to configuration file and it will check what are all the classes Karthik has made it as a spring bean, like that it will check. Yes, this class Karthik has made it as a spring bean. Yes, this class also he made it as a spring bean because I have just written in an XML file. Then did he mention any injections? Yes, here I just mentioned an injection. So it will create an object for this one. It will create an object for this one and it will inject this one. And once it inject, it will put it in a internal cache. It will put it in an internal cache like this. Bean ID, object reference. Bean ID, object reference like this. It will give it. Clear my point, sir. Clear my point. This entire step-by-step flow, what happening, we will learn tomorrow. But please do practice this one. Step by step, we'll do. So like this, now things are only single object is there, single class is there. For single class, you are not creating object. Think about it. In a bank applications, you will have almost 700 plus classes. In my application, 700 plus classes are there. So see, it might looks you very short, very easy. Like since here only one class, container is creating only object. But think about in a bigger way where 700 or 1000 plus classes are there. Container only creating na. How much work burden has reduced to the developer. And developer no need to take care of like whether I have written a setter method, whether I have written a getter method, did I created an object correctly or not. All these things no need to worry developer. Entire container only will take care of it. That much beautiful process. Clear my point? Sir, clear? Sir, if anyone having any doubts, please hold me at that moment and ask me. So this one, sir. Clear? Tomorrow, first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we will see the flow, how the flow will work. Then after same application, we will convert into Spring Boot. Then you will come to know why Spring Boot has introduced. Then we will see the differences between those. We'll see the differences. See here, but observe carefully. Here in a my one dependencies, only whatever we just added, those dependencies only came. Whatever we have added, those dependencies only came. But remember this one. Tomorrow, what when I convert into Spring Boot, what happens? Observe carefully at that moment. Okay. So let me stop here.